Hello, welcome back to our very last free live tutorial for these amazing rectangular tissue box covers. Today we're going to cover the doggy. Who let the dog out? Well, the good thing is he does not bark around, although we have a squeaker in case you want to use it. You could add a squeaker to the nose if you want to make it squeak. It's still not barking though. It might be squeaky though, but not barking. So anyways, I'm really excited to make the doggy. And then after we went through the doggy pieces, which mainly I'm going to focus on the ears and the nose and a tiny bit on the tail, legs, and front paws because they're kind of all really made the same way, just a different original stitch count of the very first round. But the rest of it is actually very straightforward. You will have already, or you have already available the tissue box itself. You have 2 videos available for that. It is free to view on my website. Look for the gift rectangular tissue box cover. It includes the instructions for the top and for the side of the actual tissue box. So today we're going to focus on the ears of the doggy, the nose, and as I said, the rest of it very briefly. It is really cool to put this together, and I absolutely loved how all the rectangular tissue boxes turned out. Remember that the book, the ebook that you can print out yourself, is only on sale until tonight, okay? Only until tonight. So take advantage if you want to grab it, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the rectangular tissue box covers in detail, step by step, after we're done with the doggy. And at the very end, we're gonna give away some prizes. So go ahead and tell your crochet besties we're here. If we can get more than 100 viewers, we can give away 3 prizes. So come on, we can do this, right? I see about 40 right now. We're 3 minutes in. So can we get over 100? Let's see if we can make it happen. Okay, so let's see. I'm seeing some questions right here. Someone's saying, thought she said she added the graph. Yes, I added the graph. Yes, I did. Michelle, you need to re-download it. I did it a few days ago, girl. Just re-download the PDF for the ebook. It's already ready to go. I added all the links to it too for the videos. It's literally ready to go. You can re-download it at this point. The graph was added a few days ago already, so Michelle, it's already good to go, girl. Just go ahead and go in there. All right, Nana is asking, would chenille yarn work and be able to be used for this dog? It's a yes and no answer, okay? The yes part would be the tissue cover itself. I definitely say yes, because the way I wrote the pattern is for you to figure out how far you need to go in terms of the size of your tissue box. So you could do it. You may have to do some adjustments though in terms of stitch count or round count, okay? Now the same is true for the nose and the ears, etc. You probably, so let me say it a little differently, Nana, okay? If you're using worsted yarn like the way I do, that's a number 4 yarn. Worsted yarn is number 4 yarn. Chenille yarn typically is a number 6 yarn. There are some 5s out there, and very rarely you might find a number 4, but it's very rare, okay? If you need some suggestions in 4s and 5s, you let me know, because those are going to be much easier to handle and be able to use the exact same pattern and may make it happen, and use chenille yarn. I don't think I would recommend number 6 yarn. It's just too bulky and you would have to adjust so much of the pattern. But if you're using number 4 and 5, that would probably work. But again, if you email me, I can send you some suggestions in terms of which yarns I would recommend. You can switch over if you want it to be fluffy, if that makes sense. I have this feeling some of you guys want the dog to be fluffy. I get it. If you do, email me. I'm happy to give you some recommendations in terms of the yarn, okay? Because there are a few out there that I think could work. I don't have a guarantee for it because, as you can see, I didn't use chenille yarn, okay? I used acrylic worsted yarn for this. So obviously my pattern depends on that, but there are, again, ways you could potentially do a workaround. I can't give you too much guidance on it in terms of how to change the pattern to make it work for you, but at least I can give you the yarn recommendations that might work for you. Okay, so now let's get actually into the ears, the nose, and a little bit of something for the feeties as well as the tail. The tail is pretty much, although it looks differently, it's skinnier than the kitty cat one. But for the doggy, the style regarding the pipe cleaner and the wire is the exact same way as the cat. I would recommend adding for this actually a pipe cleaner or wire, doesn't matter. I think I added a wire actually, and then make sure it is straight down on the tissue. So when I say straight down, I'm talking about going down here. Sorry, it's kind of flopping up because of the way I was holding it. Okay, so make sure it kind of goes down here and kind of attaches somewhere here on the bottom so it's not visible. So that way it bends back and forth, and you can bend it in all kinds of directions. So that is very important. Otherwise, it'll just flop down, okay? So let's see. Are you guys ready? I'm going to swoop around so you can see what I see. Okay, so just like the last few days, I'm going to use green again because personally, any of the other colors are hard to see. You probably have noticed that this is brown, and you can see very quickly on camera that brown is not a good color, right? Because it's just too dark. So I'm using green, so might as well stick with the Dr. Seuss theme. So I have here my little squeaker ready in case I want to put it in there, but I'm going to show you how to do that for the nose later. Okay, are you ready? So let's talk about it. The ears start out when, obviously I'm just going to make one here. It starts out with a chain of 10, okay? We're going to go in rows. This is not rounds. This is in rows, okay? So what you're going to do is a chain of 10, then start from the second chain from the hook. Please go in the back bump. It's going to make your life easier because you are going to work around it initially. So you need to be able to see where the front and back loops are when you come back to the other side, aka when you do a 180-degree turn. So when you're looking at your chains, you have the front loop, the back loop, and if you tilt it slightly onto the back side, you will see a back bump. If you go into that, it's going to be much easier for you to crochet this, okay? So start from the second chain from the hook, one single crochet per chain until you get to the ends. The very last chain, you're going to crochet 3 single crochets into it. Only the last one, not any other one, okay? And then we're going to turn and work on the opposite side of the chain. Let me know if there's any questions so far. This should be very straightforward for now. All right. Let's see. Holly says, it looks like my dog, except she has this, her ears stand up. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Okay, so right here on the back, the very last one is going to be 3 single crochet stitches. 3. So 1, 2, and 3 on the very last one. Now you're going to turn, and when I say turn, I'm talking about this direction, okay? Not this direction, not yet. We're doing this direction first, okay? So now you're going to work your way back. Don't go back into the same one you just did. You already added 3 into that, but right here we're going to go into every single chain one more time that we have previously used for 1 single crochet stitch, and we're going to do this again. 1 single crochet stitch. So only one of the chains has 3 in there. The rest of them have 1 on each side, okay? So now that we had gone into the back bump, you can easily see the front and back loop over here very nicely, and it's very easy to get in and crochet, right? Because you use the back bump on the very first direction, and now we just have to, you know, use the front and back loop and finish it up. So once you get to the back, you're then going to turn. So this is going to be the straight side right here, and we're going to work our way back. Okay, so I need to turn my page here for a second because I don't have the pattern on top of my head. So I'm going to turn, And we have 2 more rows to go, so it's very easy. So you're going to turn right now, and you're now going to crochet 1 single crochet per stitch until the very end where there are 3 of them. Feel free to add a stitch marker here somewhere if you like. This can be very helpful. So I'm going to pull out some stitch markers here just to show you what I'm talking about. So I have one here. Where's my other one? I had a bunch. Oh, here's my big pile of stitch markers. So I'm going to show you which ones I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm going to have here 2 ready to go just so I can show you. So right here, wherever we did the 3 single crochet stitches, right here in the back. So I do recommend adding like some kind of stitch marker. I'm just going to add it on the very first one. So I know when I say first one, I'm talking about the way back. Okay, could be the last one if you want to call it that way. So look where your 3 single crochet stitches are. Here's your 1, 2, 3, right? I'm going to add my stitch marker to the very last one, and then I know that from this stitch marker on, the next 3 of them are going to get an increase. Okay, so here I added my stitch marker, and so now I'm going to crochet 1 single crochet per stitch until I hit my stitch marker. Okay, so let's do this. 1 single crochet per stitch until we hit the stitch marker. Should be very straightforward so far. And remember, we're going in rows now. This is not done in rounds. This is done in rows. So here we go. I have 2 more to go. All right, so now I reached my stitch marker. I'm going to make a hint brighter and zoom in just a bit so you can see it a little bit closer. There we go. So I hit my stitch marker. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take that stitch marker off, put it on the side, and you know that the next 3 stitches belong to that 1 chain. In the next 3 stitches, you're going to crochet an increase. So 2 single crochet stitches per stitch for only those 3 stitches. Okay, so 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and then 1 more here, 1, 2. Now I'm going to add my stitch marker back to the very last one here that I made, so that way when I come back around from the other direction, I know where I need to do my increases. Okay, so I'm going to finish this row right here in 1 single crochet per stitch until the end. And then we're going to turn. And by the way, I did not do a turning chain at the very beginning because it just creates a little extra bulk. So I do not add a turning chain after a single crochet stitch. I just skip it. It's not necessary. It's not needed. Okay. Nana says, you had taught me the back loop stitch and used it for the first time on the couch. I liked it very much. You mean the back loop or the back bump? There's 2 different ones. Okay, so if I look at my project right here, I have a front loop, a back loop, and then on the chain there is a back bump. Don't get them confused. Don't get them confused. Once you're done with your chain, you're done with your back bumps. Okay, you only have front loop and back loop. I think you mean the back bump. I think that's what you mean. Okay, so let's do our very last row here for the ear. And so the last row, what you're going to do is you're going to do again 1 single crochet per stitch until you hit your stitch marker. Okay, so 1 single crochet per stitch right here, and then once we hit the stitch marker, we're going to do an increasing section again, but it's going to be different from the previous row. So I hit my stitch marker, and I know that for the next 6 stitches that belongs to that little half circle pretty much. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take your stitch marker off, and you're going to crochet in the first one 1 single crochet, and then the next one 2 single crochet stitches. Now you're going to do this exact same thing 2 more times. So 1 single crochet and 2 single crochet stitches. 1 more time because we need 3 in total. So 1 single and another 2 single crochet stitches in the same stitch. Okay, so now I finished my increase, and now we need to do the last section right here, 1 single crochet per stitch until the end. Now that concludes the ear. If you want your ear to be bigger, you're just going to keep going in that same style. The only thing is the difference would be that instead of doing 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochet stitches in the next round or row, you would do then 1 single crochet and 2 stitches and then an increase, right? If you want your ear to be bigger. But this is how big my ear is. I didn't want it to be super long, but again, you could make it longer. Okay, so this is how one of the ears looks like. Are there any questions about the ear? I personally feel like if you use a stitch marker on the very last stitch of your increasing section, it will be very, very helpful for you when you come back around so you know where you need to start increasing. Does that, do you have any questions whatsoever? Does that make sense what I just explained? I'm going to cut this so we can now go into the nose. So I'm going to move this to the side and let's go to the nose part, okay? So for the nose, we're going to start with a magic ring. So the magic ring is done this way. So you're going to make an X. This is how I like to do it. So hold tight on your end here, make an X, hold tight with your finger or your thumb there. Then I like to split it so I can get in and pull my yarn through. Then I hold everything tight like this, remove my left hand, in my case it's my left hand, and then put my ring finger in after I added the yarn to my hand, make a chain of 1, which holds the magic ring in place. I don't have to do anything else, okay? So literally the chain of 1 holds the magic ring in place. Nothing else is happening here until I get started. That chain of 1 does not count as a stitch. We're now going to add 8 single crochet stitches to the circle. If you want your nose to be smaller, add 6. I'm adding here 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So again, if you want your nose to be smaller, add 6. I added 8. Okay, so then close up your ring, and then we go into the next round. You're going to increase all the way around. Let's see, we're going to do it slightly different because this pattern is a little bit differently done than all the other ones. Okay, so you're going to do 1 single crochet, excuse me, 1 single crochet increase over the next 2 stitches. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right here is the 8th one. Okay, the 8th one is usually a little bit tighter because it's connected to a chain of 1, and that's why we pulled, so it's a little bit tighter. So you're going to do 2 increases right here. So 1 increase is right here in the first stitch, and then the next stitch also has an increase, and we want the nose to be a little bit different. So we're going to do now 2 increases in half double crochet stitches. So it's not a perfect circle, by the way. So here we go. So we make 2 half double crochet stitches in this stitch and then also in the next one. So, and whoopsie, forgot that. There we go. So we have 2 increases in single and 2 increases in half double, and now we're going to repeat this. Okay, so repeat this one more time. So that means 2 increases in single and then 2 increases in single, or I should just say 2 single crochets in 1 stitch, 2 single crochet stitches in 1 stitch, and now the last 2 stitches are going to be half double crochet increases. So that means 2 of them per stitch. Okay, so you end up in total with 16 stitches right here. And it makes it a little bit more oval shaped, and that's kind of what I was hoping for. But again, you can also make it a circle. You can just leave everything in single. It doesn't really matter, okay? If you don't want to do half double, just skip that part, make it single. All right, we're now going into the next round. So I'm going to move this up. Sorry, I have to look at my pattern because I don't have it memorized. Okay, so we're going to do 1 single crochet stitch in the next stitch, and then 2 single crochet stitches in the next one. Okay, so someone is lost. So let's see. Cheryl says, no, wait. Who says they're lost? Sis, you should be able to watch the replay. I think you joined after we started. Someone is lost. So there is going to be a replay available. So sis, if you have any questions, was it sis? Where's the comment? Yeah, I see it here. Sis, if you have any questions, you can let me know. But unfortunately, if you just say you lost, I don't know where you lost. And plus, we have a little time delay. So I would really appreciate if you guys be more clear where you are lost, because that way I can guide you better. The more information you guys give me, and that includes emails too, whether that's comments or emails. I know some people just like really quickly, like I've gotten emails just saying cancel. I don't know what I'm canceling. So please give me more information. I know we're in this time period where everything is short and quick and fun, but please give me more information because I really, really want to help you. Okay, so anyways, we're in the second round. So I started with 1 single crochet stitch and then 2 single crochet stitches. We're going to do this one more time. So 1 single and then 2 single crochet stitches. Now we're going to do that a half double crochet section. Wait, let me double check that I did this right. Yes. Okay. Then we're going to do a single and then a half double. Okay. So what we're going to do is 1 single and then a half double crochet increase. Okay. Right here. And let's do this, I believe, one more time. Yes. So single and then 2 half double crochet stitches in the same stitch. And now we're going to repeat this one more time. So single and then increase of the single. Then we do this again. Single and increasing the single. Hang on, where am I? Right here. And then we're going to do single and an increase using half double. So right here. And then we have one more single and half double increase like so. So it's turning into more of an oval shape right there. So that way, you know, it looks a little bit more like a actual crochet part of it. Let's see. Sis says, I don't crochet as fast as you do, so I didn't finish the ear. That's okay. First of all, the replay is available. Second, do you have the written instructions? Because it'll help you. It's only 3 rows, okay? And second, third, once you are watching the replay, YouTube gives you the option to slow my voice down. I try to be as slow as I possibly can without anyone falling asleep. But I do recommend watching the replay at any time and literally just change the speed. Okay, there's a speed option and just slow it down or pause in between. That's fine too. You can pause in between too. I just don't recommend doing it during the live because if you do it during the live, you're going to miss the prices later. Don't do it during the live. Do it later during the replay, okay? That's why the replays are here to stay. You can always do it again. All right, so let's go to the next round. We're going to do, let's see, where am I? We are now round 4. Okay, 4 through 6 are just going to be 1 single crochet per stitch. Okay, so we have 3 rounds that are just single crochet stitches. Okay, so I'm going to try to speed that up because there's no increases or anything right here. It is just single crochet stitches, 1 stitch per stitch for 3 rounds in total. Okay, 3 rounds in total. If you have any questions in the meantime, I'm happy to help you, especially if it's about the nose. Or maybe if you even have a question about the rectangular tissue boxes. If anyone has any questions about that, I have no problem answering that while I'm just crocheting single crochet stitches. So I have 3 rounds in total. So this is round 1 that I literally just finished. So I have 2 more to go in single crochet stitches. So here we go. All right, let's see how you guys doing. You guys can crochet slow. It does not matter if you crochet fast or slow. Nobody should judge you. There should be no judgment at all, whether you crochet slow or fast. The only thing I can say is if you're watching a tutorial, do me a favor and watch the replay and use the pause feature, the forward, rewind, or even the speed feature. That's why YouTube has these features. So that way it can be an enjoyable experience. The only thing that I have to say is if you're here, watch. Always for live tutorials, watch while I crochet instead of crocheting with me because you will get lost, okay? And then you're going to miss the prices if you have to pause in between. I don't want you to miss the prices. Okay, let's see. Was there a funny comment? Pause and replay are my best friends, Gloria says. Yes, there are. They should be, just like Google. Unfortunately, even though Google is not always the best friend for designers, I sure think it's a good friend for you if you need to have anything converted or something like that. Okay, so I have now 2 rounds done. I have 1 more to go. 1 more to go. Am I seeing this right? I feel like I added, oh my goodness, look, I added an increase here by accident. Oopsie daisy. Am I right on this? Yep, I actually did it. So I'm going to do a quick little decrease because I actually did an increase. That wasn't supposed to be there. That was my mistake. I'm not frogging this. That is silly to frog the entire thing. Okay, so I'm going to, I just did a little adjustment so that way we're back on track with the right stitch count. All right, once you have your 3 rounds of just single crochet stitches, then we're going to do some decreases, okay? And that should be only a few rounds. Let's see. Yes, 2 of them. 2 rounds of just single crochet stitch. Just decreases. So almost done here. Almost done. 1 more stitch like that. Okay, so now my 3 rounds of just single crochet stitches. Okay, so it looks a little oval shaped, and that's the goal of it. So if you want it more rounded, you would not use half double crochet stitches. You just use single the entire time. Okay, if you want to round it like an actual circle, then use single the entire time. Everything else is the same. If you're using it like me, it's going to be more like an oval shape, and that's kind of the idea. Okay, at least that's what I wanted from mine. So let me look at my pattern for a second. We're now going to do 1 single crochet stitch, and then we're going to do a decrease. The decreases are done by going through the front loops of 2 stitches, so like so. Okay, so you literally put your hook through 2 front loops, then yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. That's your decrease. Okay, it's an invisible single crochet decrease. It makes the gaps disappear pretty much for decreases. Now we're going to do this one more time. So single and then decrease. And now we're going to do the half double crochet version. So 1 single, and now we need to do a half double decrease. So yarn over, go in here, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through. That's a half double crochet decrease. Okay, Dawn bought it. Yay! I can celebrate you after when I'm done, when I'm back to my big screen. I have a celebration there, so tell me again later so that way I can celebrate you. Who was it? Dawn, right? Yes, Dawn. Okay, so let's do this here one more time. So single and then a half double crochet decrease. I'm going to try to do it slow. So I went yarn over, went through 2 front loops, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all. Okay, so now we're going to repeat this entire section here one more time. So single and single crochet decrease right here, again the same way as before. Then again single and then single crochet decrease the invisible way. And we're now going to do the half double crochet version. So that means single and then half double crochet decrease. So after you yarn over, go through the 2 front loops, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all. And let's do this one more time. Single and then half double crochet decrease like so. Okay, it looks like this. So this is how we're looking so far. Let's see. Maxine says it makes more sense when you see how Nikki does it. I agree. I agree. Oh, that decrease, I've been doing this your way now, and I've learned to use the tail of the yarn as a stitch marker too. Game changer. Nana, yes, yes, yes. I am so excited. This is perfect. I personally think it's already there. Might as well use it. Like, I mean, it's just going to bother you if it's just hanging there, right? Let's see. Was there another comment I may have missed? Cheryl says, wow, I just realized you're using the tails to round marker. Genius. Yes, it's already hanging there, Cheryl. Might as well use it. Okay, so let's go and do round 8, the last round right here. We're just going to do decreases all the way around, but some of them are single, some of them half double, okay, because we need to keep our oval shape. So that means the first 2 are gonna be single decreases. So here's 1, and then here is the second, and then we're gonna do the half double crochet version. So yarn over, going through 2 front loops, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all. Let's do this again. So 2 half double crochet decreases in a row, and let's do this one more time. I'm actually going to add my squeaker here for a second so that way it's not gonna, you know, have to be squeezed in. So if you want to add a squeaker, these are how my squeakers look like. Okay, if you want to add a squeaker, there's no link in the ebook for that because this is like an additional thing. I might add it later, but if you wanted a link for this squeaker, you let me know. They're very affordable. It usually comes with a set of 20 or something. You can't just get one, unfortunately, but these are useful for any kind of toy that you're making. All you have to do is kind of put it in there. I do recommend adding some more polyfill inside before you are sewing it up in the end and attaching it, so it doesn't kind of look weird. You need a little bit of polyfill inside. I'm just going to show you how it looks like with just this squeaker, so that way you have an informed decision. Okay, so let's finish this up. We're going to do here, whoopsie, 2 single crochet decreases. Hang on, there we go. This is the first. This one is the next. You should end up with 8 stitches left. If you start with 8, you should end up with 8. Okay, so, and here's the half double crochet version, and here one more half double crochet version. And you can see there is an opening right here, and this is where you would be adding your polyfill, and then you close up your hole, and that's when you then attach it to your doggy. But this is how you can see, if you're not adding any polyfill, it may look wonky, right? Because the size of the squeaker is not exactly a circle, and it has that little attachment. So you do want to add some kind of polyfill inside, so to make sure it looks like more kind of an oval or rounded, however you want to do it, right? But it's kind of cute. Yes, you can add a squeaker and a nose. I actually recommend adding it in this direction. So how do I say that? The flat part is like this. This is how the squeaker lays. So when it's attached to the nose, let me show you. If you attach it to the nose like this, you can squeak it like this. Do you see what I'm saying? So lay it this way, not this way, but this way, okay? So you can push here, because this way, you can't squeeze that way, right? So this way. This way. Does that make sense? I'm trying to explain it because now the squeaker's on the inside. It's flattened this direction, if that makes sense, right? So that way you can actually use it. I do recommend, as I said, add polyfill in there so that way you have it, okay? Anyone who just bought it, thank you guys so much, and I will celebrate you shortly once I switch the screen, because unfortunately I don't have my confetti on this end. I'm in a different screen, so I don't have the confetti, and I want to do the confetti to celebrate you. Okay, so let me show you really quickly how to do the front paws, the back paws, and the tail. So it is actually very similar from each other. So the front, let me say it differently. The front paws and the tail are done the same amount of stitches for the original round, just the amount of rounds in the end is done differently. So let me show you. We're going to start with a magic ring. As I said before, I like to add my chain of 1 just to hold the magic ring in place. Then you're going to add 8 single crochet stitches to the ring if you're doing the front paws or if you're doing the tail. So this is 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so front paws and tail have 8 single crochet stitches, and the back paws have, or the back legs have 10. So you add 2 additional ones for that. Now, in terms of the stitch, the round count, the legs have 5 rounds in total. The tail, you're going to crochet until you're 4 inches, or more or less if you like, and the back legs have 16 rounds. Okay, so that is the amount of stitches that you need, okay, in order to finish it up. All right, we have 57 people here. Can we get a few more? Can we get a few more? Rachel's so sweet. She's asking, what is your favorite? Are you talking about my favorite? I'm not going to decide. It's like my children. I'm not deciding which mine is my favorite. All of them. Okay, so let me show you really quickly on the dog, the final. So once you have your cover done, right, you're going to add all your pieces. So the ears kind of go here on the side. If, as I said, you could make it longer if you wanted to. Okay, so put it here on the side. On either side, you can glue it on, you can sew it on, it's up to you. Then of course the nose is here in this direction. I don't have a squeaker in this guy, but you could add a squeaker, as I said. Just add some more polyfill 2. Then sew it on, glue it on, whatever. Then you have the front paws right here. Obviously the eyes. These are the big eyes, right? You could crochet them too if you want, but I kind of wanted the more shiny ones. So I used those. These are, I think, the 30mm ones. And then we have the back paws, which are directly sewn on or glued on. It really doesn't matter. It's not wearable, so you can glue it on too. Mine are completely attached. If you want yours kind of off a little bit, you can do that. And as I said, the tail and the end has a wire on the inside, and so you need to make sure somehow the wire is attached to the actual tissue box, so that way when you bend it, it kind of has some pressure here on the bottom, and it doesn't like just flop in kind of any kind of direction. And then you can bend it, as you can see right here. Always hold tight on the bottom so nothing is moving where you don't want it to be. But yeah, so then you can move your tail back and forth however you like. Depending, is your dog happy, then it probably goes upwards, right? That's happy doggy. So if it's, you know, if it's down, usually I'm pretty sure when it's down, at least for cats it's like that. If it's down, they're not happy. So if you have a tissue box like that and you want to show off whether you're happy or not, I guess you can put the tail up or down. So anyways, this is how it looks like in the end, and then you're done with your doggies. Squeak, squeak. Okay, so let me switch around so that way I can finally celebrate some of you. Okay, so I'm going back up here, and let's celebrate those who said they got the ebook. Maxine did. Woohoo! Who also did? Let's see. I'm gonna go back up. I'm trying to find it. Holly and Mistletoe. Woohoo! In the middle of the night. What are you doing in the middle of the night? You're supposed to be sleeping. I'm glad you got it though. Hold on, there's someone else. Who was it? Dawn. Woohoo! And you already started the piano. That piano is yours? I am so excited for you. Yay! Okay, so it looks like there's a conversation going back and forth, and I love to continue it. So please keep it going. I would love to know because Rachel asked everyone, and that is, I'm just reflecting the question back at you. Which one is your favorite? Let me know. Because I see here, Linda says the lamp. Michelle says piano. Rachel says the lamp is super creative. Thank you. Then we have Carol that agrees. Gigi says school bus. Dawn says hard choice. Let's see. Dawn says a dog swirls like a helicopter. Your dog does? Oh my gosh. Woo! I love it. Let's see. And Gwen got it 2 days ago. Did I celebrate you, Gwen? I'm pretty sure I did. If I didn't, let me know. I'm pretty sure I did celebrate. I remember your name. Let's see. Maxine says piano. Nancy says lamp and dog. So now that we said that, some of you guys might say, it was like, which ones is which? Okay, so let's go through them all. I'm going to keep this question here for a second so everyone can answer. But here is the gift tissue box cover. This one is the one we did for the mystery crochet along, okay? And this one also includes 3 video tutorials, and 2 of them are specific for the tissue box itself. So the cover, let's call it the foundation cover. So that is the one you're going to use for most of the patterns in terms of the actual tissue box, because as I said, and in fact I even made a whole page in the ebook about that not everyone has the same dimension in terms of the tissue boxes, especially if you live in another country, okay? Then you may experience different sizes. I have noticed that the ones in Europe are usually, in terms of the height, they're smaller. You know, you guys always know America's everything is bigger and better, right? At least that's what everyone believes. It's not always true. But anyways, the idea is that in Germany, we have less tissues in the boxes than we do have in America. So obviously the tissue box itself is going to be smaller. I don't know if that's the goal is to, you know, I don't know, you have to pay more to get it, or if it's because they want to be environmentally friendly, using less paper. I don't know what the deal is. Anyways, the point is every country has different dimensions in terms of tissue boxes. So the way I designed the patterns for most of the patterns is that you can make an adjustment according to your own tissue boxes, so that you have video tutorials involved for that as well. Okay. So anyways, we have the gift tissue box cover. That was the mystery crochet along. That one was a fun one. Then we have have the granny stitch one. I would love to know if anyone is going to work on the granny stitch one. This one is a very quick one. So if you really need a quick pattern, you're like, okay, I just need to make a tissue box really quickly just because I think it's a perfect gift for whomever you're making it for. Maybe someone is sick or something. You want to make something special. This one is a great one in my opinion because it goes very quickly. There's a lot of double crochet stitches, so therefore you're going to get it done very quickly. Once you have the top done, the rest is very, very fast. Just doing some color changes. You do not have to make color changes. You can just continue with the same color if you like, but this one is a really, really good one. Don says, does it mean they have overseas less sniffles? I don't think they have less sniffles. I do actually have to say, I think when I was younger, I was more sick in Germany than I was in America, or since I've been in America. I feel like I've been less sick. But on the other hand, I'm also not in school anymore, right? Like I'm pretty much just home all the time. So maybe that's why I'm less sick. I'm like, you know, less outside. Anyways, all right, let's go to the next one. Whoopsie daisy. I meant to go over here. So this one is great for any healthcare workers, right? Healthcare workers. I'm going to remove this question now since a lot of you guys already answered this one. Okay, so first aid. This is perfect for anyone in healthcare. A nurse, a doctor, a fireman. I personally think this is even great for a police officer, right? Everyone who is taking care of people in some kind of way. I even think this would be great for nursing home. Just saying, might be great for nursing home too, right? If anyone is in school. Oh, school nurses too, right? If you have anyone in school that are usually in schools, they're nurses. I have to say, in Germany, we didn't have that, okay? This was new for me when I got to America. There are nurses in schools? Oh my gosh, like we literally don't have that. Did you guys know that is a very American thing to have nurses? You have a nurses station in your school? We just went to the secretary and they called someone if we need someone, or they had a band-aid if we needed something. The secretary took care of us. This is very American. I just thought about that. I thought I brought it up. For those who are outside of the country, or outside of the U.S., will you let me know if the same for you? I'm kind of curious now. But anyways, this is great for anyone who's in healthcare or helps other ones. Anyway, I even think as a school teacher would be appreciating this as well. Speaking of school, this one is also great. This one is perfect for school lovers or school teachers or students or planners, planner lover, journals, those who do journals, right? Crayon, which you can obviously also change into a pen, pencil, whatever, into your favorite kind of writing utensil, right? Just change up the colors and make it work for you. The pattern is still the same, just obviously the colors are changed. So I would love to know if anyone is going to make this. There was a few of them who have made this. This is an older pattern. It does have some polyfill on the back as well as the front. This one, as I said, is an older pattern, and this one I believe is 4 or 5 years old, but I still love it. I still have it at home because I think it's so amazing. Now that I have a lot more books at home, I'm actually thinking about it. I should just, put it into my book area. I have like a whole shelf of journals. I should like put it there somewhere if it fits. I don't think it does, but who knows? I can put it close by. But anyway, anyone who loves crayons or loves to draw would probably appreciate this too. Okay, let's see. Alice is asking about the dog, I think. Alice is asking, are the back paws flat? Alice, I think you're not live anymore. So anyways, just as a recap real quick, this is flat. Yes, you do not have to add any polyfill inside. I didn't point that out, but I thought it was obvious, but obviously it's not. So bad on me not mentioning it. There is no polyfill inside here or here or here. Only polyfills inside the nose. Okay, in case I did not mention that, that is how I made the doggy. Okay, let's see. Louise says we used to have them in Canada. Okay, so it must be like a Canadian American thing, maybe. Maxine says when I worked in a department store, they had a nurse. They have a nurse in a department store? Oh my goodness, you guys are spoiled. Sorry, I did not mean that in a bad way. I'm just very surprised. I didn't grow up with that. Anyways, let's go to the next one. We have a toaster. Who loves toasters? Or at least who loves the 60s? Because here is a 60s style toaster. As I mentioned before, or if you're brand new here, you can move the little handle if you wanted to, like an actual toaster. Mine is attached because I didn't want to deal with that. This is more like for something like a kid would play around with. So if you know you're gonna have kids around, it doesn't have to be your own, could be grandkids or whatever, or you know you have kids over, maybe you have a daycare or whatever. You could make this in a way that it moves. Obviously mine doesn't, but you know, you could make that yarn, the string part of it, you make it into a loop, and then the loop part of it somewhere is attached to this part right here, that handle part. You just have to make sure it doesn't flop down. So you have to be very diligent in terms of making it hardened, maybe like harden it up a little bit and be very tight and holding it together, because that string is not, you know, it's just going to flop down otherwise, and make it in a way that it can move up and down. So yeah, let's see. Michelle says, toast, yummy, making me hungry. Yay, let's make you hungry. When we're hungry, you usually buy more, right? Every time I go to the grocery store and I'm hungry, I buy more. I should never go hungry to the grocery store. Don't go hungry to the grocery store. Anyways, here we go. How about some Lego lovers? Where are my Lego lovers at? Let's make some soft bricks, right? You can make as many as you like in different colors. Wouldn't that be fun, especially for the Lego lovers? I think this is great for anyone who wants to display their love of Legos, or you know someone who loves Legos. This would be great because everyone should have tissues at home. Everyone has really a tissue box at home, don't you think? I think everyone should. If you don't, you're missing out. Really, it's much better than a paper towel. Don't use paper towels on your nose. This message is for my husband. Use tissues. They're softer. Anyways, are your husbands do that too? They just use paper towels instead of actual soft, cushiony, you know, tissues. They don't scratch up your nose. Anyways, these are really great. These are fun to make. So Lego lovers, unite and go make yourself some soft bricks, or you make them for them if they don't crochet, right? Then we have the doggy here, of course, like we just mentioned. We just made the doggy. So how about the kitty cat? The kitty cat was a few days ago, so if you missed it, go back, replays available. We made the kitty cat. I went through all the pieces in terms of the kitty cat, so you can replicate this for yourself. This one reminds me of Nibbles. He is in kitty cat heaven, but I'm sure he's playing around and being wild up there and enjoying himself because he was always a wild cat. I'm sure he reunited with all the orange cats out there. Anyways, for those who have a green thumb or do not have a green thumb, this will be great for you. This is literally great for anyone, okay? Let me say it differently. If you love plants and don't keep them alive, or always keep them alive, then you're gonna appreciate this guy, right? It's a succulent, and you can literally make the succulent work for you, meaning you can decorate it however you like. You can add more succulent plants in there. You can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 in total. Obviously, 5 of them are in the same style, although not the same looking, right? You can see some of them have smaller pieces, some of them are bigger, right? The baby ones, the mommy ones, you guys know what I mean. And then we have the longer one right here, which you can make as long as you like. You can even make 2 of them, you know, 1 on each side or something like that. So if you're a plant lover, whether you keep them alive or not, you would probably appreciate one of these around. Let's see. My husband uses toilet paper. Oh my goodness. Maxine husbands also uses paper towels. Why do they do that? That's not good for the nose. Oh my goodness. I guess every husband does that. Oh my Lord. I don't know how can we convert them to use actual proper tissues? Anyways, let's go to the hamburger. Maybe this will do it. This will probably do it. Give them a hamburger, okay? If you make them a hamburger tissue box cover, they're probably more likely to use this guy than, you know, the scratchy paper towels. So what do you think? Do you think we can make it happen to convert them when they have a burger sitting in front of them? Maybe maybe this will even convert him to go outside and do some more barbecuing, especially in the summertime. I mean, thinking about it, I'm just making up a story here in my head, but I think that's a great idea. This is great for anyone who loves barbecuing, right? Men would probably appreciate this. Maybe decorate it according to the flavors that your husband loves, right? Or your spouse, or whoever loves hamburgers. Doesn't really matter, right? You can also make a double cheeseburger if you want it to be, right? Make the meat part wider and then add more layers kind of thing. I mean, who knows? If you want to add pickles. You do whatever you wish, right? We went through this yesterday. I even talked about you can add sesame seeds if you wanted to. Maxie says, I'm hungry too. That's hilarious. I'm so sorry I'm making you guys hungry. It is kind of lunchtime over here, so who knows? Wherever you are, maybe it's snack time. Or in Germany, 3 o'clock is coffee and cake time. Did you guys know that? We have like 3 meals in Germany, right? We have breakfast, we have lunch, we have coffee and cake, and we have dinner. So yeah, I guess if it's around 3 o'clock your time, you might want some coffee and cake. At least that's what we do. Not always, but usually on Sundays or Saturdays or something. All right. Then we have a book. Where my book lovers at? Oh my gosh. I'm going to display mine for sure. I have a bookshelf full of books. I actually have kind of 2. One of them is rotating. So I'm going to add it into that because, that way I always have tissues ready. And I might even think about down the road, because this one actually uses a cottonish yarn. I think there's mostly cotton in there. So I can use my Cricut and maybe make it in a way where I add, the author, like my book, and then put the author, aka me, on the bottom. Wouldn't that be cool? Oh, I'm excited. Maybe I'll play around with my Cricut and make that happen. That would be cool. And then maybe on the side, maybe I'll just write crochet book. Ooh, this would be cool. I'll just write down crochet book and then add me as the name, because I have so many different books. Right? I have 34 different ebooks now. So I would not be able to determine which one I want to put on there. So might as well just put crochet book and I put my name on the bottom. That would be fun. Cheryl says, coffee and cake is like tea in the UK. Yes, pretty much. I guess it's a European thing. Barbara just said, I just sent my husband for pizza. Well, there you go. Diana says, it looks like a taco. Which one looks like a taco? The burger does? Really? Now, that would be a good idea too, making a taco. That kind of reminds me of a Subway though too, right? If you make it more like this, that would be a Subway too. I don't know. I think it depends on the shape. Anyways, let's go to the next one, which a lot of you guys love. And I'm so happy with it because it's very unique, very creative. Is a lamp, right? And you can see how I decorated mine to make it kind of more like, modern-ish by adding these lines to it in different ways. And then having a brown base. And then, of course, having the lamp there on the top. It looks like there's a lamp, let's say, what is it called? Lamp string, whatever, the turn on string thing. That doesn't work, obviously. This guy is a wireless rechargeable one. So it has 3 different settings in terms of the light. You would have to purchase that extra. Patterns are just instructions on how to do that. I want to be aware of that, and I want you to be aware of that, okay? So even though this is a crochet pattern, the ebook does not come with a lamp, if that makes sense. Just like I'm not sending you yarn just because you got the pattern, okay? So I want to be clear on that. There is plastic canvas here on the bottom on the base because I didn't want it to flop down. So I added plastic canvas underneath to make it kind of stand up more. And the way I added it onto it is I literally slid it down. You can sew it on if you wanted to, but personally I think this is unnecessary because the back of it is where you were putting the tissues in and out, the boxes, right? So that's on the back of it. There is a flap there to kind of hide that there's a tissue box inside, so that way it looks nice all the way around. I could have added it from the bottom up, but then I would have changed the pattern to make it harder, and I didn't want to make it harder. So just added a flap on the back to kind of hide that there's a tissue inside or tissue box inside. And really, it is disguised. Let's be clear, right? If you don't really pull the tissues out, you can't really see from far away that's a tissue box, which is cool. And so it also brings some nice ambiance, right? Because it's a lamp. I just think it's great. Gwen says it's perfect for a nightstand. Yes, girl, I agree 100%. It's perfect for a nightstand. Yes. Lisa says, I just got the ebooks. Let's go, Lisa. Lisa, I missed you, girl. I'm so glad you're back. Where have you been? Have you been on a cruise again? I think Lisa is the one who goes on cruises. Am I mixing this up? Lisa, are you the one that goes on cruises all the time? I always mix them up. There's someone who goes on cruises all the time. Anyways, let me actually pop the link in the comments again for those who don't want to type it up or anything or can't find the link. I just popped it in the comments again. So anyways, let's keep going. We have a few more tissue boxes we need to cover that are also very unique. What's going on with my mouse? It's doing some funny business. All right, we have a pool table. You technically could use it as a functional pool table by, you know, moving balls, etc. But it's probably not going to be like the normal one. The holes obviously are not big enough. You could make them bigger if you wanted to. But again, there's a tissue box underneath. So yeah, it wouldn't fit, if that makes sense. It doesn't fall down, if that makes sense. Plus you have that little slit there in the center where the tissues come out. And you can see on my green ball, they can slide in there. So it's not per se 100% functional. It's more kind of to show off your love of a pool table or gaming. If you're a gamer or something, you would probably appreciate this. I would probably say to glue on the balls and things. So, or maybe if you crochet them, right? So that way, in case, you know, someone is a little bit rough in their home, sometimes, especially gamers, they're like, right? You don't want to lose your balls. That sounds really weird. But anyways, I would probably, you know, glue them on if it's for someone that I'm gifting it to. That's a gamer or something like that. Let's see. Gwen says, are these balls beads? I guess you could use beads. But I used a game, like a little pool game, like a pool table game. And I literally just used the accessories to it, just not the pool table, because that's a tissue box, if that makes sense, right? Let's see. Rachel says it's me. Actually, yes, Rachel goes on cruises too, but Rachel doesn't know that Lisa, who's been in TCC since the beginning, she's actually one of the founding members. Yes, I was right. Lisa is cruising all the time. I've known Lisa since 2019, girl. How long have we known each other? Yes, I have two people in TCC that cruise all the time, Rachel and Lisa. And Lisa apparently is also moving all the time. Well, I don't know why. Girl, stay in one place and enjoy yourself. You have crochet around. Don't make it so stressful on yourself. Anyways, whoopsie daisy. All right, let's go. Let's see. Gloria says the Dollar Tree sometimes have toy pool table sets. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yes. And Gwen says you could also use chopsticks for the cue sticks. Yes, totally. Go for it. All right, let's go to the next one. This one is the gingerbread house, which is a fan favorite for sure. Gotten some engagement this morning on the gingerbread house. Everyone loves the gingerbread house, which makes me super happy because this is my, I don't know, how many gingerbread houses do I have now? I have a lot of them. I have at least, well, a lot. What is a lot, right? I have at least 3. Do I have more? I think I have some gingerbread man in between. I think I'm getting confused. But anyways, I have like a really big one made out of like cardboard and stuff and crochet around it. And then I have 2 that are tissue boxes. A square one and now also a rectangular one. And you can really decorate it the way you want to, okay? Literally just like a regular gingerbread house that you get from, I don't know, Michael's or wherever, or make it yourself, right? When you assemble it, you have to use that sugary stuff, and then that never really works. I don't know why would I even include it. They need to make better ones. They never work. It always falls down. Yes, they harden up later, but not in the beginning. In the beginning, you hold it for like 5 minutes and it's still wet. You know what I'm talking about. This doesn't happen for the crochet one, and you can add as many things as you like, glue them on, sew them on, however you like. I love this one. Let's see. Beverly has a question. With the lamp tissue holder, will the light potentially get hot for the yarn? It does not. It does not. It is not directly attached. The light is not, how do I explain it? There's a little tube. Let me actually say it differently. The lamp shade that I purchased, let me go back so that it makes a little bit more sense. I'm going to show it so that way I can point to it, okay? So this lamp right there, okay, is actually designed for a vase, okay? Yes, believe it or not. If you want to find more of them, look for a bottle or vase lamp That's what they are. They're lamp shades for vases or bottles. So this one is an XL version. You have to look for a big one. Otherwise, it's going to look funky. Okay. I bought the little guys and they don't look good on it because then it looks like this huge stand and a teeny tiny lamp on top. You have to have a big one. Okay. So this one is a big one. There is like a plastic tube underneath. Okay. That is attaching whatever you want it. It attaches to whatever you want it to attach it to, if that makes sense. There's a circular little plastic thing underneath, and that gives you distance between the yarn and the lamp. The lamp itself still doesn't get hot. At least mine doesn't. I didn't get hot at all. It just at some point it lost energy, right? I left it on all day. It was still working even. It was just a little less. So I left it on for probably at least 12 to 14 hours, and it was fine. It wasn't hot at all or nothing. So you don't have to worry about that part at all. It is literally sitting on top of some little stand, if that makes sense. I think that makes sense a little bit more, right? Let's see. Oh, Maxine, you're right. I knew I forgot something. Maxine, you are right. I have a gingerbread purse. I was like, I had another one. I couldn't remember it. Yes, I designed a gingerbread purse last year. Oh my gosh, how did I forget that one? Yeah, so I have 4. I have 4 gingerbread houses. Yes, I have a purse. I have a big house in crochet with cardboard underneath. And then I have 2 tissue boxes, square and rectangular. Yes, I do. Beverly says, is there a link for it? Yes, for the lamp is in the material section. You got an ebook, Beverly? If you have the ebook, it's in there. Just tap it. Just tap it. All good. Let's see. Let me go back. Where my picture's at? Here we go. Let's go to this fun one. We have the piano. All right. Someone just bought the ebook. Hang on. I gotta find you, girl. Kay. I see it because everyone's celebrating Kay. Kay, I found you, girl. Yay! I am so happy. Just found you. Well, you jumped right into the ebook then. I'm so proud of you. Oh, I'm so happy for you. You are going to love these patterns. Girl, I am so proud of you. Anyways, so let's talk about this amazing piano. I actually added a new link into the ebook. So if you're re-downloading the ebook, you will see that I added an additional link for a small speaker. It's a small square. No, actually it's rectangular. Yes, it was rectangular. It's a little rectangular speaker that fits in the back right there. Okay. I literally went on Amazon yesterday, looked around for a tiny speaker that you can attach or not attach, wirelessly link to your phone. Okay. It's a wirelessly Bluetooth, whatever you want to call it. And you put it in there. And I believe the one I linked to it was a 7-hour playtime. Okay. So obviously you cannot charge it while it's in there. But you can place it in there and then your piano actually plays music for longer. So I think that's a great idea. I might down the road actually make that happen because I think that's a great idea. Put a little speaker inside there, right? And then your tissue box cover literally plays music. How awesome is that? Wouldn't that be cool? Where are all my musician lovers at? Anyone who loves elegance in that kind of style, you probably would appreciate this piano. And yeah, just put a little speaker in the back there. It's so cool. Again, the link is included in the material section, so that way you can purchase that if you wish, and you can get other speakers too. I just picked one out that fits in the back. I looked at the measurements and it fits in the back there. So obviously make sure that your tension is good, but it does fit. All right, let's go to a few more. We also have a bee. This one has a stinger on the back, which my son requested it should have. So my bee has a stinger. He says bees have stingers. He complained that my other bees don't have stingers. He's like, why are you not putting stickers on it? There needs to be a stinger. So this one has a stinger. You might not see it here, but I'll show you in the video later, okay? Then I would recommend adding one of the tissues kind of tucked in on the side, and then the other tissue you can keep pulling out, so you always have 2 hanging out, okay? You obviously have to make sure your one tissue is hanging a little bit. If you want to actually crochet your wings, go for it. I didn't add a pattern for that because for me, the tissues are the wings, right? It's cute, it's adorable. So yeah, I definitely think this is a great one if you love insects. For anyone who loves insects, right? Bees is usually a very fan favorite. Or if you love honey, right? If you're a honey lover, you might probably appreciate this one too. Or simply animal lover, I guess, right? Then we have the Almost said piano again. Sofa! I don't know why I said piano almost in my head. I think I read someone said piano. Yes, Michelle wrote piano. That's what I looked down there and I saw piano. So I almost said piano again. Anyways, this is the sofa, which I happened to design for my mom. I sure hope that I need to look if her tissues actually fit in there, like the tissue boxes from Germany. Fingers crossed. Otherwise, I have to crochet her some kind of, maybe I need to buy her some kind of foam board or something I can put underneath it. Because I think hers are smaller. So anyways, but I designed it for her. So she really wanted a sofa, a red sofa. So ta-da! I designed a red sofa. And I think it looks adorable. It's cute. And the tissues kind of can resemble a pillow or even a blanket. If you pull long enough, it looks like a blanket that hangs over. I even saw some of you guys make this sofa and add a little crochet blanket on the back. I love that. Who was it? I don't remember. Nana, was it you? I don't remember if it was you, but someone. Was it Nancy or Nana? I don't remember. I remember the letter N. You guys, one of you guys added a little granny square blanket for your sofa. Oh, I love it. Fantastic idea. I think she posted it into the Crochet Club chat. So absolutely love it. Genius idea, girl. So happy for you. Anyways, we have also a strawberry chocolate cake. Great for anyone who loves strawberries, who loves cake. And of course, this one doesn't go on your hips, right? You can enjoy it without eating it, and you have it for a lifetime, right? I love this one. I love strawberries. I love chocolate. Perfect. Win-win overall. I mean, seriously, it's amazing. Love this one. You could even add some candles on it. Don't add real candles. My warning for you. Nothing with fire, okay? But you could add some that are, I've seen some battery operated ones, you know. Just don't leave them on. Never leave batteries around yarn, right? You never know what can happen. You don't want to fire, but you know, temporarily you could add some candles on it. Otherwise, just crochet them. They wouldn't work technically, but at least you can demonstrate them. So if you want to do that, go for it. Let's see. Where's Stacy at? Stacy said she purchased them too. Woohoo! I am so happy for you. Let's point out the fact that today is the last day to save. So looks like several of you guys are jumping in like, okay, I gotta get this. Maxine says, you're killing me with that food. I'm starving now. Girl, I am talking the entire time. You can eat while you listen to me. That doesn't stop you. You can eat while I'm talking. Anyways, you can totally enjoy your food. Just take your phone with you, you know, grab a snack, make sure it's healthy, and don't use your yarn fiber, okay? All right, how about a train? Oh my gosh, I love this train. It's actually one of my favorites. Again, I love all of them, but if I would have to rank them, I think the train is one of my top favorites. The piano too, the school bus, which I'm about to show you too. Oh, but the train, it just reminds me of, you know, my childhood. My dad is a retired train engineer. My uncle loves model trains, like fancy ones, right? And then of course Polar Express, which my kids grew up with. So this was kind of like many years of memories put into one, if that makes sense. And I love how it turned out. And down the road, I will be adding some wagons and things right in the back. I added a little hook. And so that way I can add onto it. I just love how it turned out. It is so pretty. I think it's so adorable. And anyone who loves trains will probably appreciate that, or simply toys, right? But don't you guys think this is a good idea? I mean, are you gonna make the train? And actually, I even think, like, because we just talked about the piano having music, there's enough room there in the back to probably put that same speaker, okay? I don't know if it's the exact same speaker that would fit, but I'm pretty sure it does. I'm thinking about the measurements right now that I saw yesterday, but I think it will fit. There is no polyfill inside here. There's a plastic canvas sheets all the way around to make it stand up properly, but there is a cavity inside. That cavity can host a speaker. So if you wish to add a speaker on the inside, hidden away, obviously, and then connected to your phone, that will be a cool little surprise. Wouldn't that be cool if you kind of put that inside there and then maybe surprise someone? It's like, and says, choo choo. Oh, well, the real choo-choo sound, of course. I'm not good in choo-choo sounds. You know what I'm talking about. The actual train sounds. Anyways, that would be kind of cool. I don't know. I just think this would be cool. Maybe down the road, I make another one, and then that way I can give it to my uncle and my dad. Put a little speaker inside that can connect to your phone. I think that's a great idea. So, then we have a school bus. Okay, school buses. I know you guys want trucks down the road. Potentially fire truck, police cars. There are so many things I can still do in the future, right? But let's start with one of them. How about a school bus? This one is cute and adorable. It looks like, the Magic School Bus. It's the only one that has 2 tissue boxes stacked on top of each other, which I personally think is a great idea for a teacher, because in case one runs out, swap it around. You have at least another one underneath. Now, make sure that one is not an empty one, but you know what I'm saying, right? And then, of course, we have the stop sign is movable. It's on both sides, even though you don't see it here. It has a license plate front to back. It has the little lights right there. It's really cute. Obviously, the lights don't shine, but hey, you could make them shine in some kind of way. Maybe use glow-in-the-dark yarn that make them shine. There's so many options. I'm giving you additional options here, right? I mean, seriously, what else can you do? So many things. All right, let me show them in action for you, because you got to see how they, whoopsie, wrong video. This one. Look at them in action. The light you can see up there, right? You can see the train and the school bus all the way around. You can see the piano. It has a little pocket right there, so you can add your speaker or whatever you wish to put in there. You can see the gingerbread house from all different directions. You can see me playing with the pool, right? You see the bee stinger right there. So many different patterns in here that I personally think they're fantastic, right? Tammy says these are nice items for the flea market or craft show table. I agree. Grandma Karen says this would be great for an ambulance. I agree. Maybe down the road I'll make like a whole, anything that moves kind of thing. I think someone even asked for a plane. Maybe make like a whole ebook that moves. Things that move. I don't know. I have many ideas, so many ideas, and you guys always give me more. Let's see. Bridget just got them too. Woohoo, Bridget! Yay! I'm so happy for you. All right, let me point out a couple of things about this ebook that I haven't quite mentioned yet. So let me point them out so that way you make an informed decision whether this is for you. So these are 20 rectangular tissue boxes. The font size is large. Do you see that? It's very large in font size. It has the main menu button. Obviously mine is printed, so it doesn't work, right? But digitally it does. It jumps you back to the table of content, and the table of content also clickable, so you can jump to the pattern you want to jump to. The material list and video links are clickable too, so that way you know exactly how to do something or what I use to make the pattern, like the speaker, etc. All of that is clickable. Use your little thumb and tap on it and jump to it. Okay, so anything that is blue will be clickable. And then you have the videos here on the bottom, also blue. You can click on those, so that way you know exactly what I use and how to do it. So it comes with a lot of different features, as you can see, the music box, in the piano if you wish to add it, functional lamp, pool table, etc. So many different things all in one ebook. Now this ebook also comes with more than 10 videos. At this point we have 14 videos included on 60 pages. Written patterns are ad-free, printer-friendly, and as I said, large font, so you can easily go back and forth between your crochet and the ebook / book, right? So here's another picture that kind of demonstrates this a little bit better. That you can click on the table of content, you can click on the main menu button, you can click on the videos or the material list, anything that's blue. It is very user friendly. And on top of it, if you wish to purchase also the additional ebook, you can. So let me explain. This one has 20 rectangular tissue box covers. Then I also have an ebook that has 20 square tissue box covers. So if you want both, get them at the same time. They're both on sale at the same time. But if you get this separately, it won't be on sale. The only way to get this on sale is if you go through the checkout process for this guy. So if you get this, get that one on sale too if you wish, okay? If you don't have it yet, go get it. So the coupon code is right there, Tissues15. Both of these ebooks are $19.99 if you get them at the same time right now until tonight with that coupon code. So that's pretty much like a 2-in-1 if you think about it, right? So use that link or the QR code with that coupon code until tonight. Don't be like Cinderella and lose it, okay? Don't lose it. Don't lose out on it. Go grab it for yourself so you have both of these ready to go. All right, I think I talked a lot about these tissue boxes now. What do you guys think? Are we ready for some prices? I think we're ready for some prices because today is the last day. I think I have a button that shows last day. Let's see. Okay, I have a button here. I gotta show you this button. Okay, hold on. I saved this for a while ago. Hopefully it works because it's been a while since I used it. Where is it? Oh, I lost it. No, here it is. Let's see if it works. Yes. Oh my gosh, it's the last day. Don't miss it. Okay, let's do prizes now, okay? So here are the prizes that you have a chance to win, okay? $10, $15, or $20 off an ebook or a free ebook. I have 34 different ebooks, so definitely many choices right there. $10, $20, or $30 off Ravelry coupon code from my Ravelry store. The same is true for the 5 or 10 PDF patterns of your choice, also from my Ravelry store. And we have a yarn box, which I typically only send out for those who live in the US. And this is also true for the giveaway. US only for the yarn box. If you land on it, you're not in the US, you get a free ebook instead. So let me show you what's inside one of these boxes. Hang on, I gotta remove this and then show this. Ooh, the camera is perfect today. Woohoo! Okay, so these boxes, I say, usually go only out to new annual members of the Crochet Club that live in the US at a special time of the year. Not all year long, okay? Only during a special time of the year. And this is what is inside. It's either a drawstring bag. That's one choice. Not your choice, but my choice, because it's a mystery. You don't know which one you're getting. Either the pouch or the drawstring bag, okay? It's one or the other. And then we have all of these things in there. So we have this cute little TCC Times with Hirschner's yarn explained. You could also get some Hirschner's yarn because right now I have a few of them left. So you have a choice to get one of these. Then we have my business card, of course. We have some stickers. Then we also have a pin. Yes, you would get this even if you're not in the Crochet Club, but I do want to point out, maybe it'll encourage you to join us because we have a lot of fun things happening in the Crochet Club. All right, we also have one of these. You get one of these. You're not getting both. One is a magnet. This one is a magnet, and this one is the keychain. Has a cute little heart there in the back. And then we have stitch markers and a tapestry needle. We also have a pair of scissors and a hook size. They're all different sizes. And a measuring tape that is also a keychain. Okay, so many different things are in this cute little pouch or in the drawstring bag, depending on which one you're getting, right? You don't know what you're getting. So let me close this up and let me put this back inside here so that way it's ready for whomever wins it. And I wouldn't get both, but you get what I'm saying. All right, are you guys ready for some prizes? You guys are laughing at that little gift that I just showed off, right? Lisa says, this is really a great deal. I agree. I agree. All right, let's see. Linda says, wow, I just counted my ebooks. I have 21. There are a few missing, guys. There are 34 in total. You have a few missing. Well, you can always stack them up later, right? Okay, so let's go through the questions. Here we go. Question number 1. Okay, question number 1 is, what did we crochet at the beginning of this video? By the way, if you just won recently within a month or so, please don't answer. And if only answer one time per question. Hold on, I'm trying to get some water here while you guys are typing things up. Go type it up, answer the question. I know you know the answer. Oh, I have some black happening. See, I'm so excited. My mascara is going cray cray. All right. What did we crochet at the beginning of this video? This is question number 1. Come on, you can do it. Maxine says, Linda, you beat me. I have 14. Well, there are a few missing, girls. Dana says, what's the box Nikki sends out too? Yes, that's exact same box. You guys like that box? The color, the purple pink box? This one is really pretty, right? It's pretty and it has this nice texture. I don't know. I love it. I always try to get the same ones. I have yet to have issues. So fingers crossed stays that way. All right, here we go. Looks like you all answering it. Yay! Okay, I'm going to wait just a few more seconds and then we're going to determine the winner. Here we go. Let's see who the winner is going to be. Okay, I'm going to cover my eyes. Hang on, mouse is in the right position. Okay, cover my eyes. Here we go. Up and down. Let's see who's going to win. I'm going to stop. How about right? We're going to stop right here. We have... Who let the dog out? I kind of like that. I was looking for dog, but hey, we can do that too. Who let the dog out? Yes, that's correct. Yay, Kay! That's the correct answer. I was looking for dog. Anything you added before and after didn't matter to me. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that's what you wrote first. I saw dog and I clicked on it. That's what I was looking for. That's hilarious. Okay, good one. Here we go. Let's see what the spinny wheel decides on you. Do you see my little eyes there from my froggy pointing through? Ooh, a yarn box. Kay, do you live in the U.S.? You just got a yarn box. Yoo-hoo! I'm so happy for you. All right, these are only for the U.S. though. So if you're outside of the U.S., you're going to get an ebook instead. But win-win after all. Does it really matter? All right, here we go. Question number 2. Are you ready? We have question number 2. Question number 2. Ta-da! Name one non-animal pattern in the ebook. One that is not an animal, meaning not a dog, for example. Name one non-animal pattern in the ebook. There's plenty to pick from. I just need you to pick one of them that is not an animal, because I have many animals in there. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna, well, not many, but we still have more than other things. So anyways, name one pattern that's not an animal. Okay, sorry, I had to take another sip of water here. Talking a lot. Okay, so I'm so happy for you, Kay, by the way. Let's see. Kay says this is her first time watching and she won the yarn box. I am so excited. What more can I ask for? I don't totally agree. Well, you can have the ebook if you wanted to. Go grab it. It's on sale. I mean, that's what you could ask for. A sale. I'm just kidding. If you don't want to get the ebook, that's fine. But if you want to, it's on sale. Go grab it for yourself. All right, let's see. I see some good answers. Yay! Okay, so let me remove this and this and let's find our winner. All right, here we go. I'm going to cover my eyes and let's find our winner. Here we go. Going up and down, and I'm going to stop. Right. How about here? We have Lisa! She picked the bus! Yay! Congratulations! Yes, there was plenty of them that you could have picked, right? Many of them. Whether it's the bus, the train, the pool table, gingerbread house, so many things. Whoopsie daisy. I wanted to remove this. And let's see what Lisa won. Kay says she got the ebook. Yay, Kay! All right, Lisa. Let's see what Lisa won. It looks like a $10 Rami coupon code. Woohoo! I am so happy for you. Congratulations. All right, so let's go to one more question. I know we didn't reach 100, but it's the last day. We're going to do one more question. It's the last day. Let's celebrate together. It is the last day. So remember that, the last day. Okay, question number 3. Name a tissue box pattern that has a non-crochet special feature. So think back of all the patterns, okay? Which ones did I add something to it that is not crocheted? Okay, name a pattern that has a non-crochet special feature. Does that make sense? I hope that question makes sense. Okay, name a crochet tissue box cover pattern in this ebook that includes something that is not crocheted, something you would have to, either have extra or purchase in order to make that happen, if that makes sense, okay? Something that has a special wow feature that we added onto the tissue box covers. That is non-crochet. Looks like most of you guys got it. Most of you guys got it. Yay! That's what I was looking for. I was going back and forth to see, is this question a good question? I think it's a good question because there's like, what, 3-ish patterns that have a non-crochet feature? Let's see if you can figure it out. Looks like most of you guys did. Yay! Okay, I was trying to do one harder question, although I don't think these are all hard. Any of them are easy, right? All right, so let's see. I'm going to scroll up and down once my mouse is in the right position. Here we go. Scrolly, scrolly, scroll. Let's see who won. I'm going to go back up and down. And, ooh, my voice just cracked. Did you guys hear that? Okay, I'm going to stop right here. We have Goody 707, the lamp. Yes, it could have been the lamp, the pool table, piano. Those are the 3 actually I was looking for, but I guess you could add other ones too. So think of it like if you wanted to consider polyfill non-crochet, right? There would have been a few options. Anyways, yeah, there's a few different things. The bus wouldn't be one of them, by the way, unless you consider the polyfill. I wanted to do more something you would purchase extra. Like I was looking for the lamp, the piano, or the pool table. That's what I was looking for, and you guys got it. Okay, Goody 707, whatever your name in reality is. I'm glad you're keeping it private. If you want to keep it private, you get to keep it private. Let's see what the spinning wheel decides for you. It looks like a free ebook. Woohoo! Congratulations! And it would be a free ebook of your choice. There are 34 different ebooks you can pick from. You hop over to my website, nikkishomemade.com. Tap on ebooks, figure out which one you want, and email me so that way I can get you access. Congratulations to all the winners. Let me show you my email address real quick for all the winners, okay? And anyone has a question, even about the tissue box covers, okay? Nicole or support, either way, at nikkishomemade.com. There's an S over here, and this is Nikki's, Nickis. It's not 2 Ks. I have seen some of you guys do that, and then they complain that I didn't get the email. You guys don't put typos in the email address, okay? Including your own. Nickis, homemadecrafts.com. For the winners, put in the subject line, winner of, the price and the date. If you can put a screenshot in the email too, showing off that you won, then it makes it even faster for me to respond, because I need to confirm you truly are the winner. So I do need to see some kind of proof that you are the winner, especially for the last one. I need to see some proof that you are the winner, right? Because anyone can say, I'm Goody 707. I need some proof that you are actually that person. So email me, please, so I can get you access to your prize. For anyone who has any questions, please email me as well. Okay, there are plenty of things you have questions about, probably. You can email me, especially private questions. If it's like anything about purchasing or something, always email me. Never on social media about that. Never, ever. There's never a way to do customer service on social media if it's a private question. If it's a question that, hey, what does everyone else do, then the groups are best for that. Facebook group, Crocheting with Nikki, go over there, and you can always ask a question there that is non-private, okay? Anything crochet related, you can even put there. Okay, that way everyone can see the answer, and it can help everyone. Okay, so let me remind you really quickly, this is your last reminder, okay? The ebook is on sale until tonight with that coupon code up there. Until tonight, literally until 11:59 p.m. Pacific time, you get 20 written patterns, all for rectangular tissue boxes, ad-free, printer-friendly, more than 10 videos. I have 14 included as of right now. 60 pages, many clickable buttons and all kinds of things. Table of content, main menu, material, video, everything is clickable in a digital file. Has many special features. Let me show them off so you can see them in a video format. Okay, these are all the different patterns included. And if you are going through the checkout process, remember that we also have this additional ebook you could purchase if you wanted to for the square ones. Okay, so if you want the square ones on top of that, get them during the checkout process. That way you save more, because I put it on sale during that checkout process. And this is also my quick little last reminder with the meme. OMG, it's the last day. Don't miss out. Tell your crochet besties this ebook is on sale until tonight, so that way they can grab it too if they wanted to. Okay, this is per person, remember? So tell them about it. Oh my gosh, it's the last day. I hope you're going to grab this ebook before the end of the day, because these are so amazing. I am so proud of all of them. There are so many great patterns included in this ebook, so take advantage. Go get your ebook if you haven't gotten it yet, and I would love for you to enjoy these patterns just as everyone else does. So go grab your crochet rectangular tissue box covers, potentially with the square ones too. Then you have 40 in total on sale. Happy hooking, everyone. I'll see you guys next time. The sale ends tonight, so don't miss out. Bye.